On November 24, 2025, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's Division of Corporation Finance delivered one of the most important regulatory milestones for the cryptocurrency industry in years. A no-action letter to Fuse Crypto Limited stating that its Energy Dollar token, ticker Energy, is not a security and can be offered and sold in the United States without registration under the federal securities laws. This is only the second token-specific no-action letter the SEC has issued in recent months, following the one granted to the DEPIN Project 00 in September, and it arrives after months of direct, constructive dialogue between Fuse and the agency. To understand why this matters, we have to look at what Fuse actually built. Energy is the native utility token of the Energy Network, a Solana-based platform that rewards households and businesses for actions that decongest the electric grid and accelerate the adoption of distributed energy resources. Installing rooftop solar, home batteries, EV chargers, or simply shifting consumption away from peak hours. Users earn tokens for their own consumption, not as an investment tied to Fuse's profitability. Redemption values are deliberately capped and linked to real-world energy savings, not speculative trading. In its incoming letter dated November 19, Fuse argued that Energy fails every prong of the Howey test. There is no investment of money with a reasonable expectation of profits derived from the entrepreneurial or managerial efforts of others. The SEC's response was unambiguous. This position is based on the representations made to the division in your letter. Any different facts or conditions might require the division to reach a different conclusion. In plain English, as long as Fuse sticks to the described structure, the agency will not recommend enforcement. This is not a vague staff interpretation or an off-the-cuff remark from a commissioner. It is a formal, written position from Corporation Finance, the division that actually decides whether to bring enforcement actions for unregistered securities offerings. For context, the last time the SEC issued relief this clear for a functioning utility token was years ago. Under the current leadership and the broader policy shift we've seen since the change in administration, dropped investigations, industry roundtables, and the public commitment to update digital asset guidance, this letter feels like the first concrete proof that the promised new era of regulatory clarity is actually materializing. Fuse itself summarized the importance on X yesterday. This landmark is the result of months of productive engagement with the SEC, and Fuse is proud to play a role in pushing forward regulatory clarity for crypto in the United States. The momentum is building. Legal experts who reviewed the letters called it an easy case under existing law, yet the fact that the SEC was willing to put that conclusion in writing, on the record, is what turns an easy case into a powerful precedent. Projects that can demonstrate genuine consumptive use, capped economics, and no reliance on the issuer's efforts now have a public template to point to. In short, yesterday the cryptocurrency ecosystem didn't just win a battle, it won a blueprint. If you found this analysis useful, please consider giving the video a like, sharing it with anyone who needs to understand why this matters, and subscribing to the channel for continued coverage of regulatory developments that actually move the industry forward. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.